If you love the concept about collagen banking, then this video about Sculptra is for you. Sculptra is for anybody who is starting to see a depletion in their collagen. And I would say, if you're in your 30s onwards, this is the perfect time to get Sculptra. Unlike years ago, Sculptra only used to be for those with severe volume loss. However, the new protocols in the past 6 or 7 years have really transformed this product to give those of you who are losing collagen the opportunity to improve the skin, banking that collagen so that as we age, we're not seeing that aging process go forward because we've banked all of that collagen. Well, Sculptra is a biostimulator. That basically is stimulating your body's own collagen. And we've got products inside of this called polyl-lactic acid. And that is kicking off that healing response under your skin and stimulating those new elasticity cells so that we can then get firmer, bouncier skin. It's basically an injection that is placed under the surface of the skin. And unlike normal derma fillers or hyaluronic acid fillers as we think of them, this filler has been around for 25 years, well actually probably 26, 27 years now, mixed with sterile water and anesthetic, and then it's placed under the surface of the skin. And over a period of 2 days, that water and anesthetic leaves the body, and then the magic happens. I would say that from the beginning, so even within the first 4 weeks, you're going to see changes to your collagen, but they say peak collagen comes at 3 months. So you're going to see that improvement in that collagen over that period of time. And the great news is they've got research that shows that customers are still happy at 25 plus months later. As with any injection under the surface of the skin, we've got that healing time that's going to come with trauma to the skin. So even if we didn't put any product in, we've got the needle that's under the surface. And so what you're going to need to expect is inflammation, a little bit of swelling. We're going to get surface swelling all over because of the liquid that's placed under the skin. So remember I said we mix it with sterile water and anesthetic, so that gets placed under the skin. And the idea with that is it's a powder form that sits within this solution so that you can then massage the skin. So one of your things you're going to have to do is a little bit of homework where for the next 5 days, you're going to have to do 5 minutes, 5 times a day for 5 days. You're going to have to massage your skin. And the idea is we don't want clumps of collagen formed. We want it to create a nice little mesh so that we can then get nice firmness across the surface of the skin and no lumps under the surface. So that is really important. So if you can't keep up with your homework, I would say it's probably not the treatment for you. So other side effects that we can expect, bruising. Again, we're going to be putting a needle under the surface of the skin. So at worst case, I would say you're going to get 2 weeks of bruising. So areas that are more prone to bruising are here. But if we do get a bruise in this area, and I mean very severe bruising, it's a rare thing to happen. But if it does happen, that type of bruising can last for about 4 weeks. So I would say, think about any special events that you've got going on in order to help avoid any dissatisfaction that you're going to have in order to go to that event. Other side effects that could happen with Sculptra. Now, Sculptra, like I said, has been around for over 26 years. And the great thing about that is we know how predictable it is. So we know that there can be an instance of lumps, but it's very, very minimal. And the current incident rate is 0.004%. Now, what's really important is that you're going to do your homework as a result of knowing that these side effects can come. So again, like I said, we don't want any lumps near the surface. What we do is we want it to create a mesh. So it's important that you're happy that you can commit to that element and that time frame of the massaging. So I usually say to my customers, if you're going to work, have a little think about what you're going to do. So maybe one first thing in the morning when you're cleansing your skin, just give it a good massage, have your breakfast, brush your teeth and do all the things you need to do in the morning. And then apply maybe your facial oil so you can do a little massage in the morning. And then you can go to work, carry on with your day as normal. If you can fit one in the middle of your day, brilliant. But if not, come home, wash your skin, do your massage. And again, you could do another one mid-evening and you could do another one then before bed. So you can get those 5 massages in. It's just, you need to think about it and kind of plan ahead. How many you'll need really depends on how much volume loss you've got. So I would say if maybe you're just at the beginning of your journey and you think maybe like myself, you think, oh, I just want a little bit, just get a bit of a boost, then you could get away with 2 vials. Now you can do that at day 1 and then you could do another one 45 days later. Or you could do 2 at the first appointment. There's that option. However, the recommendation is actually 1 per decade of your age. So I'm 45. Now you could round it down or round it up, but let's say we round it down, then I potentially would need 4 vials in order to get the best results possible. But it doesn't mean that you need to do that. What you can do is you can have 1 vial, see what the effects look like, and then decide whether or not you want to carry on and have some more. There are other products and other treatments that I would say you want to avoid when you're having Sculptra. If you want to have a thread lift, then you need to wait 6 months at least between having a thread lift and having Sculptra. But with majority of treatments, I would say wait 3 weeks. If you're having botulinum toxin, the one thing you want to do is make sure that you've got enough of a gap so when you're doing a massage, you're not massaging when you've had your botulinum toxin treatment. So as Sculptra is a dermal filler, you might be wondering, can this filler be dissolved? And it actually can't, because once it's in, it's going to be stimulating a collagen response. So unlike other dermal fillers, which give you instant lift, this one is going to take time because it's going to stimulate your own collagen over a period of time. So if you're thinking about having Sculptra, speak to your practitioner and see whether or not you need an instant lift, whether Sculptra is going to be suitable for you. And don't forget to follow along for more information about cosmetic treatments.